LoneeAppleton. That is his initials. Meh. What's good, y'all? LoneeAppleton here. And where's my charger? I just solved a world problem where you want to know why you have you don't have high expectations. You do have high expectations of your firstborn simply because they're the first time you spliced your DNA. Why wouldn't you expect your firstborn to be superhuman? Somewhere in your mind, you think you're superhuman. You forget all the mistakes you made once you have a kid, and you're just like, I'm birthing excellence. Like you were just automatically birthing excellence without any effort. Is that at all possible? Like, my kids are excellent, but I put a lot of work in them. Hey, can somebody identify my water for me?
Stop shutting my door, please.
No, that's the Doy's.
And I don't want it closed.
Mine's pink. You see a pink one? Okay. All right, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? I am solving, yes. You can show me your cards even though I'm online, but I'm solving a world problem really quickly. I got to get situated.
There you go.
I hopped on live and I was talking to my kids and I was talking to a doy, and I remember 2 years ago, because I started this channel 2 years ago. If you don't know who I am, I'm LoneeAppleton. I can save your life. That's who I am. Anyway, I was talking to a doy, my oldest, who is 19. She said she raised herself. And I got so offended because I'm like, you didn't raise yourself. Man, you know, we think we raising the heck out of these kids. You didn't raise yourself. And she was like, I did. And now, 2024, I'm like, dang, you did. You raised the hell out of yourself because I didn't know to raise her. Here's the epiphany. I didn't know to raise her. I assumed she knew everything. And to avoid punishment, she rapidly produced, right? She was like, I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know if I tell her I don't know what I'm doing, she's going to yell at me. Our kids can't even come to us and say, I don't understand. Some of us, I'll admit me. My daughter couldn't come to me and say I didn't understand. No. What do you mean you don't understand? I birthed excellence. This is the first time I spliced myself. You want to tell me you don't understand? I understand, so you should understand. So we have such high expectations of our firstborn, and whether we're putting our hands on them or not, understand we are pressuring our firstborns to produce. Pay attention. I bet you some pressure was there. If you're a firstborn or you have a firstborn, I bet you there's pressure there to produce. Look at your spouse or the person sitting next to you. If they're a firstborn or they have a firstborn experience, the pressure is there to produce. For my children, the pressure was there to produce. And so for her to avoid that, she moved in excellence. She only had to be told once. There was no second time for my oldest. Now she looks at me and she's like, why do my siblings, like, they can't get right? If this was the movie life, my other children can't get right. It's so frustrating. I was like, but I know now that they don't know. I know now that my children have to be taught everything. And so in that, the pressure for them to produce is not the pressure that a doy was under. So those of you who are wondering why your parents treat your siblings different than they treated you, potentially the pressure to produce isn't there because they realized, and I realized because my daughter came to me and she was willing to tell me that she raised herself. Some of y'all are afraid to tell your parents that you raised yourself because you don't want to hurt your parents' feelings. Well, sometimes some feelings are going to have to be hurt in order for the truth to be told, and that's just the fortunate truth. Matter of fact, why should your kids have to come to you and tell you that you dropped the proverbial ball in their life? For you to know that you dropped the ball in your children's lives. Like, can you be honest enough with yourself? Those of you who accept strained relationships with your children are those who have dropped the ball in your children's lives. And I'm just going to be honest. And that's not me being rude. That is me saying, be honest. If you don't have a relationship with your child, that which you birthed, you spliced yourself. You can't even get along with yourself. And you want to say, that kid don't act like me. If you were willing to sit down and have a moment with yourself, that kid acts just like you. This kid right here who is waiting for my time, she's going to sell her Christmas cards at the at the farmer's market. I'll take you to the store and get you some more candle containers. She's trying to sell her candles at the farmer's market. She acts just like me. And when I stopped looking at her like she was a problem, because the black sheep is all of the one who has all of your bad habits. That's the one you produce that has everything about you that annoys you. That's your black sheep. That's my angel right there. Everything about me that I'm just like, oh my God, that's her. And me admitting that to her, does that hurt your feelings? I guess because she's used to me. But do you think there would be a point in time in your life where I would say that and that would hurt your feelings?
Yeah, probably.
What's the difference today?
I don't know. I'm older and like.
Is it age?
Honestly,
Or is it a different understanding? Come a little closer. What's different?
I honestly think it's age, because like if you would have told me that like maybe like 8, I would have been like, oh, it's like I have a problem or something.
So you would have internalized it?
Yeah.
Okay. But now you're not internalizing it. Do you know what internalize means?
Like taking it hard.
Yeah. So if I would have told you, you're all the parts of me that annoy me, at 8 years old, you would have internalized it and it would have hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
But at 12 years old, if I'd say that to you, what's the difference?
I know what you mean by it. Like, I know that you don't mean like that. Like one of your worst children or something like that. I know what you mean. Like, I just inherited your bad qualities.
All the qualities, and they're not bad. There's no good or no bad. I'm dope. 100%. But what you did were, you were the parts of me. So, like, there's different levels of having yourself in self-control. There's different levels of self-control. The dominant parts of you, of your personality, those are things that are easy for you to control. I'm dominant, period. But I got to work on falling back. So the part of me that falls back, I don't like her. I like that dominant, in your face chick, because that's me. So that docile, shrinking violet, oh, it's okay. That version of me, that's the version of me. This is an example. That's the version of me that my child inherited. So now when I look at her, well, boom, I look at one child that has a dominant personality. I like that. Me too, girl. Let's go. And then I look at my other child that has that timid personality, as if that didn't come from me. I don't know. I'm dominant. No. There's a part of you that's timid. And if there's a part of you, if you knew how to fall back, maybe you would be able to keep a relationship. But you always dominant. But if you knew how to fall back. So it's the part of you that's underdeveloped and you don't want to admit to yourself that that's who you are, but you birthed it. Do you understand that every single one of our children, welcome, Pat. Do you understand each and every one of our children are a part of us that were born to us to teach us who we are? So when you look at your child that you have the most difficulty with, that is the child that is the most difficult aspects of you. And it's not that it's a difficulty, I have to develop that. And I'm so caught in my dominant identity that I won't even admit that I got to develop that. But you need to develop it because you gave birth to it. You spliced your DNA. You turned yourself into 2, 3, 4. You spliced yourself. Did you not think that you spliced yourself? Oh, that's her daddy. No, that's you. Because the moment you look at your child, and thank you for the love, the moment you look at your child and you realize that your child is you, now you can grow yourself up to grow your child. Do you understand? My child looked at me and said, we're not your retirement plan. And I was like, fuck, because you guys were my retirement plan. How many of y'all have your children as your retirement plan? You don't have to admit it. I'll admit it. I got 4 kids. I was like, I will break them babies up a quarter by the time I start getting on their nerves. I'm on to the next one. You ain't got to worry about me ruining your marriage. Mama gone. But y'all are my retirement plan because I have not been very financial literate. This is what I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you, Pat, about the Sister Support Network, but also, I've aligned with Primerica and I'm learning financial literacy. The leg that I'm on is a wealth building leg, Black excellence. This isn't This isn't what I've heard other people say about Primerica. When I meet other people that are in Primerica, I'm just like, what team are you on? But it's also personal ambition. God put me on this specific team because God knew. So boom, how big is your God? The God that I'm believing in put me in the room with people who... The God that I believe in put me in the room with millionaires. First generation self-made millionaires through Primerica. That's the room that God put me in. Now these other people that I meet that are in Primerica, God put them in a room with somebody that has them working this as a part-time job. I met this young lady, and I mean no disrespect, because I'm asking myself questions. And so God is bringing people to me not to disrespect them, but to ask questions. What's the difference between this woman that's been in the company for 4 years and she just bought her 5th building? Or is renting her 5th building. I'm not sure if she owns it, but she got a 5th or 8th building. She got 8 buildings. I don't care if she own them and she rent them. I ain't got 0. But I aspire to have buildings too. You know, what's the difference between that lady who's been in the business for 4 years and is buying her 8th building, and it's not all Primerica money. No, she took that Primerica money, and then flipped that shit. You know how we do. We ain't no one-trick pony. And so she took that money and moved it over here. Yo, we are doing our financial literacy. Look out for it. It's going to be January 12th. It's going to be a Zoom. So I'll get you the information, Pat. June 12th, me and my partners, hopefully you'll be a partner at that time. You could be on the panel. But me and my partners, we're going to do an hour and a half Zoom where we're talking financial literacy and our journey for 2025 and beyond, how we are going to change together. We're going to get this money together, and we're taking whoever want to go, we going. That's going to be January 12th. And I start my podcast January 19th. I'm finally doing it, Pat, because the God that I believed in placed me in a room with money getting women, and I just had to be in the room. I didn't even really have no conversations with them about, okay, sis, so how do you get this money? And it's funny. Every sis that I met up until this point, I asked every single one of them, how do you get this money? You got to do this, and this. Yo, I got in the room with some real women that get this money, and I didn't ask one question. I just started moving and producing. That's why they say you surround yourself with the people you want to be. Don't surround yourself with people who want to be. Surround yourself with people you want to be. There's a difference. The moment I got, and that's why I said, well, I don't know if it's real. Yes, you do, sis, because when you got in this particular room, you started producing. They didn't say nothing to you. You just started producing. But when you got in all these other rooms, you're like, okay, so what do I need to do? Oh, well, you need to do this, and this, and this. But guess what? Doing this, and this with faith in God got me in this room, sis, and it got you in this room too. So I'm going to call you. I just been busy. I'm studying for this dang insurance exam. Whew, Jesus. Sis ain't been in school in 2 decades. I need to stop being so hard on my students because I'm just like, don't you get it? It's 1 plus 1. I'm in this insurance class like glass eyes over. Like, sis, just tell me what to highlight. I'll study later. I'm not going to get it in this moment. I'm not. No, I've gotten a lot. I retained a lot. I got a 60%. You got to pass with a 70% in Arizona. I got a 60% just based off sitting in class. So I'm pretty confident with some study opportunity, I'm going to pass my exam. And so I'll be a licensed insurance agent so I can offer life insurance. How many of us are leaving this earth, myself almost included? My policy is only $100,000 right now, so it's going to get absorbed in debt. So my family's still not going to get anything, but the plan is thank you for the love. The plan is once I start bringing in more money, I'll increase my policy because the goal is to leave legacy. We're not leaving debt, we're leaving legacy. We need to wake up and realize that. So if you need help with your policy, message me. I'll get you set up. If you want to get involved with the movement, financial literacy, financial wealth movement, in 2025, we did the Black Girl Follow Train in 2023, 24, 23, 22. That was the Black Girl Follow Train. This is the Black Girl Financial Literacy Movement. Sister Support Network. This is what it is, Pat. Get on or get on. Sis, this is what we've been praying for. And I know that because the God that we believe in put us in a room with multimillionaires, first generation. And the God that they believe in put them in a room where this is a side hustle. We know we're not going to get this in our hands. I like that. We know we're not, we give birth, we give life. We know we're not going to put this in our hands. Yes, God, that was not. We are not going to put this in our hands and let it slip through. Not us. That's why you're in my gang, sis. Do you understand? That's why we cross paths. That's why when you talk to me and you're like, yo, sis, I got a job here because I know God's developing me here. I got a job here because I know God's developing me here. You know, God's got me here. And we think that's what God is doing. Girl, I did not know 2 weeks ago I would be taking a goddamn exam so I could sell some fucking life insurance. This was not the plan. The Sister Support Network was the plan, though, right? The teaching these classes was the plan, right? These hosting these workshops was the plan, right? So everything you over there doing, understand God's been developing you for this moment. So when I drop into your DM and I say, can I get your number, sis? Understand this is what I'm putting in front of you. This is it. This is what you've been praying for, sis. And this is for you to go to God. And I was going to say your God, but I don't think I'm splicing God anymore. I don't care who others believe in, but I'm not going to say your God. I'm just going to say God. And we just know I'm talking to your God. You talking to your God. And I'm talking to my God. And we talking to God. But you go to God and you say, Lord, is this what I've been praying for? And when you go before this opportunity, you bring your king with you. Because this isn't a split decision. This is you altering your bloodline. This is you taking your bloodline from what your bloodline has been to what you want your bloodline to be. Because God has been positioning you to carry your family up out of this shit. This is some bullshit. I don't care how you live in, sis. If we connected on this vibrational point, we both existed in some bullshit. Because, I just met the sister's gonna pull me up out of this shit. I just met her 2 weeks ago. And I know she different because as soon as I got in the room with her, I started changing. I was like, oh, this how we living over here? Oh, this how we living over here? Shit, I've been playing around with some wannabes. Because the moment I entered this room, so you see my excitement, you know I ain't just talking shit. But you gonna show me your cards. Show me your Christmas cards. Oh, I said, since you're here, Pat, I asked Angel what I would identify as my black sheep. And to admit that she's my black sheep in front of her, right? Some people would never do that. Oh, no, I love you just like everybody else. Like your kid's a fucking fool. Your kid's not a fool. Your kid knows that you treat them differently. You knew I treated you differently, right? Yes? Okay. She says that she knows that I treated her differently. And of course, I don't want to. It's just that we bump up against each other. And so when I told her, she's all the parts of me that I don't like. Didn't like, past tense. I was like, does that hurt your feelings when I say that? And she's like, no, because I understand why you're saying that. I was like, and it's not that I don't like it. I didn't like it. Growing up, I didn't like parts of my personality. So when I birthed a part of my personality that I don't like, you tend not to like the kid. And there's gonna be a kid that is all of those personalities that are dominant, right? Adoy, my firstborn, are all my dominant personalities that I love. Ooh, that's my bestie. But my second born is dominant, all the personality traits that I have to work extra hard to develop. And I know that now. But I had to come into the mental space of knowing that because I used to not like those personality traits. So if we can be honest with ourselves and say, I have a child that is dominant, all the personality traits that I have to work extra hard to like, you understand why you look at that kid and you say, there's just something about you. If we can admit that to ourselves, we can heal that relationship. But some of us are too afraid. Angel said when she was 9 years old or 8 years old, that would have hurt her feelings. She would have internalized it. And I shouldn't say it to her that way. These kids have been dealing with me for a long time. So I'm going to soften things now, but they're pretty callous because I've been on my kids' heads for a while. I'm learning how to be on their head in a way that makes them grow. Yes, we're there in our family too, girl. And so I'm like, if we can have these honesty conversations, and these are the honesty conversations that Adoy and I had. That's why Adoy and I are best friends now. That's why Adoy, she loves my dirty draws and I love hers. The reason why me and my daughter are that close is because we're okay. We can go to each other and my daughter can say, Mom, I raised myself. I was so offended when she said that to me 2 years ago. What? But I posted something on Facebook. If you guys aren't following on Facebook, it's LoneeAppleton. I posted on Facebook the other day. It says something like, the firstborn, you grow up together. Thank you for the love. Let me write this down. Grow up, raise. So that's the Sister Support Network. We have to go into each other's network. My goal is to befriend 100 women. So if you're looking for a friend and you want to be my friend, message me. We'll do the interview process in the DMs. And if you pass the vibe check, I'll give you my phone number and let's become friends. We're all out here and we're isolated and we're lonely. We can't develop, excuse me? That's why dementia sets in, because we're not developing our brains. Do you understand that's another trap for them, to trap the black brain? One, they stop us from developing it on the front end, and they stop us from developing on the back end. And I learned today, because I talked to one of my sisters. I went to breakfast at 7 a.m., y'all. A woman old enough to be my mother. I told her, I didn't tell her. I was like, oh, shit, you about to be my kid's grandma. You just don't know. She was like, well, I'm scared to move down over here with one of my kids because if something happens to me, they may not be available to me. I was like, look, sis, this is why we going to become friends. Because if something happens, I was like, look, if you move your ass over there, it's going to take me 2 hours to get to you. But you now have me in your circle, to where if you slip and fall, I'm there. You need somebody to lift something, I'm there. You need somebody to go to the grocery store for you, I'm there. This is the purpose of the Sister Support Network. We have to reconnect into each other. We have to create our tribe. I have about 20 women in my hey sis, Aisha, how you doing? I'm thinking it's Aisha back there. But yes, I'm starting my podcast January 19th. But anyway, I'm going into the community. Aisha, I want you to be a part of my community, but I'm gonna try to impress you because you seem to have a professional distance with me. So I'm gonna keep our professional distance, but I want you to be my friend too. But I'm going into the community and I want to be friends. I want to hang out. I want to talk. I want to be your support. I don't want us to be isolated anymore. We deserve so much better. We deserve so much fucking better than we allow ourselves to have. And you know it. And so that's what the Sister Support Network is. 100 women. I'm going to become active friends with 100 women. I know that sounds like a lot, but my schedule is going to be within the month. Within the month, I'm developing the idea, guys. But in the month, I'm going to contact these women. So I have 20 women in my contact right now. And I'll just say, hey, sis, how was your week? See? And you guys are talking to each other. That's sisterhood. Get in each other's DMs, interview each other, and if you pass the vibe check, exchange phone numbers, and start being a sis. Because guess what? When you start talking, you realize what she know, and damn it, you just made a connection. It don't matter if you're in the same state. I fly. I travel. If you have an opportunity for me, yo, sis, I heard about this event that's happening. I dropped your name as a possible speaker. I know somebody who's throwing and doing something. I want to sit down in coffee with you two so I can introduce you to, because this is going to be an excellent resource for you. Do you understand that I would be blown the fuck up if y'all would just share my videos? I haven't penetrated you to that point. And if I have, gratitude, but I haven't penetrated you to a point. But guess what? If I get you on the phone and I offer you some sisterhood, and I come to you and I say, hey, I'm hosting my team is Primerica, Aisha, come join us. My team is hosting our first financial literacy seminar. Why we chose Primerica, why we are choosing financial literacy and wealth and redevelopment in 2025. Join the movement. January 12th. If you're interested, hop on to Zoom. Thank you for sharing the live. If you're interested, hop on to Zoom. Hit my line and tell me. I'll get you the Zoom link. My guests got to come through my Zoom link so I can get the credit. Build this business. Aisha, I bet your network is so big. And we just got off of a strategy session. 3 women ranging from, chronologically, is different than my actual age, ranging from 41 to 19, because my daughter Adoy came into the business with me. You come into the business with your family that's over 18 because your perspective is your old ass perspective. Do you understand? There is no such thing as an entrepreneur. And when people started entrepreneuring, I thought they were crazy. I was like, what the fuck you going to go start a business when you go work at that business over there? Then when people started talking about multiple streams of income, I was like, why don't you just go get a job that pay you what you making at these 5 jobs? That still don't make sense to me. But when you get in the room with millionaires, you understand that multiple streams of income ain't 5,000 there, 2,000 there, 20,000 there. No, multiple streams of income are 2 million here, 500,000 there, 20,000 over there. Like, that's multiple streams of income. These are the rooms that I'm in. These are the people that are teaching me. And so I want to come to you ladies and I want to say, do you mind giving me an hour of your time so you can meet one of the most dynamic women that I've met in my life? Her name is Stephanie. If you get a chance to meet Brandy, Pat, we done found our millionaire woo-woo sister. She's a woo-woo and she's a millionaire and she's teaching both. Whew. Yes, this is what we done found. When I slide in your DMs or you slide in my DMs and I say, hey, can I have an hour of your time and introduce you to this business that may change your life? Because the way I'm structuring my team is you get access to this. I'm teaching you. Pat, you joined the team. You get access to Pat. Why? Because developing you is growing her business. Of course. Yes, I'm going to teach you whatever you need to know. This is why Stephanie and Brandy and Gary Cornegay, go research Gary, Gary, Corn with a K, Korne, Gay, Gay. Go research him. There's Gary, there's Stephanie, there's Brandy, there's me. And we all work like this. Ain't no hierarchy. Yes, they get paid off. It get paid off of what to produce. Ain't that the way it's supposed to be? McDonald's get paid off for your work. Why can't sis? But beautiful, guess what? You making $1,200 an hour. And guess what? Offering somebody life insurance. And what is life insurance? Legacy. You leaving a bill or a will? You leaving debt or a check? What you doing? Do you need life insurance? Hit my DMs and I will set you up with a policy that is affordable to you. Advantageous for your family, because if somebody in our legacy would have had a life insurance policy, do you understand I would not be living like this? Do you understand if somebody in my legacy has some fucking financial literacy, I would not be living like this? So understand, this is the business. Understand, me pulling you up out of the darkness is the business. Can you do this? $99 to join, $25, $35, I'm not sure. I need to get that number down. $25 a month to maintain your mainframe. You log on to TikTok. If TikTok charged a fee, some of y'all would pay it. Will you pay $25 to alter your bloodline? I'm paying $25 to alter my bloodline. Because when I met Brandy and I saw that she looked like me, felt like me, she was a woo-woo like me, believed in God like me, I was like, Andrew, she looked like me, felt like me, she was a woo-woo like me, believed in God like me. I was like, Andrew, a business owner? I was like, how do I get to your knowledge? She was like, either you pay me or you join the business. I was like, then she's like, because right before all this happened, I was like, I'm going to learn financial literacy. It's my season. That's why I know what I'm doing, exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Pat, you remember I say I'm going to take y'all with me. You remember I say I'm going to take y'all with me. So when I say I'm going to take y'all with me, Pat, I'm going to hit your phone. Make sure you answer. I'm going to take you with me. And so when I'm sitting in the room with Brandy and I'm looking at her, I'm going to take you with me. And so when I'm sitting in the room with Brandy and I'm looking at her and I'm just like, well, how do I get to your knowledge? Intellectual property? How do I get to your knowledge? She's like, you either pay me or you come to me through Primerica. I was like, well, I believe in I want to teach my people financial literacy. Well, I'm going to get my financial securities license. You understand how beautiful God teed this up. God teed this up so beautifully. A couple months ago, Andre spoke at this. I am Tracy. A couple months ago, Andre spoke at this. I am tracing back how God has teed this up. When you see the miracles happen in your life and you see how God teed it up, back how God has teed this up. When you see the miracles happen in your life and you see how God teed it up. How God teed it up. Now, this blessing ain't for everybody, because I'm sitting here thinking, well, there's people that I know that say they know God, but they were just like, no, thanks, sis. But this blessing ain't for everybody. How big is your God? What do you believe in? Just because I believe that everyone in my circle believes in the same God, that ain't the truth. That is proven time and time again. I have a friend who's in the throes of depression, and I put this business in front of them. They don't want it like I do. But also, I sit on a strategy session. I met this woman on June 27th. I met her in a mom group. She agreed to allow me to coach her. Do you see how beautiful God teed this up? Do you see how beautiful? I just started going live. I post all my lives since my very first live to my lives now. They're posted on LoneeAppleton Live, where I'm going to start posting my podcast. First podcast, January 19th, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Mark your calendar. It's going to be epic. You want to be at the first inaugural episode of my podcast. Let's not miss any more firsts, because we at this point know what the fuck we're witnessing. We are witnessing a woman who came on this internet and taught you all how to heal yourself, how to heal your God relationship, how to heal your relationship with your children, how to heal your spousal relationship. Came on this internet and taught you all how to heal yourself, how to heal your God relationship, how to heal your relationship with your children, how to heal your spousal relationship, which that thing is still on the string. But hey, this takes two. It takes willing parties. If both parties aren't willing, we cannot do the work. But I have taught you, if you know before you even get into the relationship, is this motherfucker coachable? Oh, he ain't. I don't care how good it is. I don't care. Is he coachable? Because if he's not coachable, you're going to have to leave him where he lays at some point. And you love him too much to leave him where he lays. It hurts. It hurts twofold. One, because this nigga think I'm so desperate that I would sit up under him in these conditions. Nigga, I'm me. Do you know the fuck I am? I got 10 niggas right now if I walked up to him right now, and this ain't me. This is just letting you know who the fuck I am. I got 10 niggas right now, including my daddy, that I could walk up to right now and say, yo, I need a place to sleep, and they'll be like, okay. I got that many more women, and that's why the sister support. There are sisters sleeping in their fucking cars with their kids right now. I'm sorry.
Angel, let them be. Let them do whatever they
There
do.
are women
Here they can see.
sleeping in their cars with their children right now. Said if we had a community right now, said if we had a community, like I said, my children were my retirement plan. Just when I got on y'all's nerves, I was out. Boop. That ain't gonna work for me. Adoy said they can't be my retirement. Just when I got on y'all's nerves, I was out. Boop. That ain't gonna work for me. Adoy said they can't be my retirement plan. But what I'm saying is that's the Sister Support Network. So please send me your contact information. Well, not your, no, just DM me. We got to interview first. But if you pass the vibe check, I don't care if it's long distance. Some of us just need somebody to talk to that actually understands us. Just because you got, I don't care if it is long distance. Some of us just need somebody to talk to that actually understands us. Just because you got somebody to talk to, do they understand you? Those are two different things. So, I'm sorry. Because you got somebody to talk to, do they understand you? Those are two different things. So, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm an empath. But for my husband to sit here and say, I know you don't like me. I know you just tolerating me. I know as soon as you get enough money, you gone. The fuck you think I am? I'm me.
The gold digger.
I'm me. He does think I'm a gold digger. What the fuck am I digging? This nigga ain't bought me nothing, and you know. My first boyfriend, I didn't have a boyfriend until I was 18. And that boyfriend used to give me $300 to just go shopping at the mall. And back then, that was a lot of money. That boyfriend let me drive all his cars. That boyfriend let me not pay a bill in the house. That boyfriend spoiled me. Now, he cheated on me the whole time. But he gave me everything I wanted. That's my introductory to boyfriendism. So, that's my introductory to boyfriendism. So, and so for you to sit here and say you just even with our kids,
You gotta understand that he's stuck in a pattern. Even when people are presenting him with the truth, he still finds victimhood. Because as I was saying, people will help you if you speak up. I was grateful. What are you talking about?
yeah.
Right? That's not the point, though. I'm just showing instances of times where you took for granted the help that you're getting. Or down to him saying, you don't do nothing. When I used to cook dinner almost every night. I used to make sure his kids ate. Now it's, oh, daddy ain't got nothing for you. Good night, y'all. You know, my pride point is their stomachs are touching. Like, huh?
Yeah, you know, Stephanie said, you'll get to meet her when you join the business. Stephanie said, this business will show you who people really are. Some people are just lazy. I'm asking you to change your life. That's what I'm offering you. I'm offering you an opportunity to change your life. Yes, you don't get paid until you earn your money. You earn your keep. You talk about you earn your keep. Just because you go and be miserable at a job or you work really, really hard at your job doesn't mean you're earning your worth. You know, I don't know how to word this, but what I'm saying is I'm okay with putting all this energy up front. I'm okay. Because I know on the back end what I'm going to get. And I get to live my dreams. Do you understand? I'm developing the Sister Support Network. Do you understand? I'm starting my podcast. Do you understand? This just being introduced. I've made $500, but those are because I have just being introduced. I've made $500, but those are because I have 3 partners now. Yay! Hopefully you're my 4th. But I have 3 partners now. And, you know, so I made $500 with the business simply by introducing this. Talk to you later. Yes, I will hit your phone. Love you, love you, love you. You know, by introducing people to Primerica and introducing them to the business. And, yeah, so, but living my dreams is my job. Look at God gave me my dream job. That's something. As big as my mind, I'm a creator. I'm like a creative in the most creative sense. I do whatever I want. That piece right there, I made that. It's a remake of I don't know the other artist, the real artist name, but I always give him credit. That is Alicia in Wonderland. I traced my daughter's hair and I cut it out. So that's my daughter. I made that for her, and yeah, it's carved out of wood. It's carved out of wood and hand and oil painted. I taught myself how to oil paint. I taught myself how to carve, and I taught myself how to paint. You want to show me your cards? What's going on? See, that's sarcasm. That's not a likable personality trait.
Okay.
I'm listening. What you got for me?
So we have Santa stuck in the chimney.
I like it.
And then we got these Merry Christmas ones where they can write whatever they want in them.
Yeah, I got it.
And then we have Snoopy.
I really like that one.
And then we have the Snow Days.
Oh, will you make me an extra Snoopy one? I was talking to this chick at I'll buy it from you. But I was talking to the chick at the store, and she was showing me her nails, and she had Snoopy on them, and she was explaining to me that in her age group, she's like young 20s, like it's either Hello Kitty or Snoopy. Like they're fanatic about it.
Snoopy?
Or Hello Kitty.
It was Hello Kitty or My Little Pony.
See, but you're 12, so your fanatism.
It's definitely.
It was Biggie or Tupac for me, so.
It's definitely Hello Kitty,
Yeah.
but I've never
I've seen Hello
heard.
Kitty everywhere. I've never heard of Snoopy.
Snoopy's a rare commodity for me.
Yeah, she said that Snoopy is. Anyway, she likes Snoopy, but she says she's not a fanatic. But I bet you she'll give me that damn T-shirt I'm trying to get up off of her. And she may, I could get her number, become her friend, and then introduce her to the business.
Which
Make
is
me a
so funny
Snoopy.
Because I had.
Will you make me another Snoopy?
I made a shirt.
I'll buy it. I'm listening. How y'all doing? You made a shirt, or you had a shirt?
No, I made it. I made it in 7th grade.
Snoopy.
And it has Snoopy on it, and it says above the influence.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. Aw, look at.
So when you say Snoopy, I'm like, I mean, yeah, he's cool. Or like earlier, how I was like, Woodstock from
Snoopy.
Exactly.
Oh, what is the Snoopy theme? See, I just wonder when we
What is
start.
Snoopy? Snoopy is kind of self. Think about it. Think about Snoopy.
Personality traits?
Snoopy, he's a dog that, go away.
Dogs. God's been showing me dogs for like 2 weeks.
And remember today we're looking at all the dogs.
We were. So why is God showing us the dogs?
Who knows?
Is it Snoopy or is it the dogs?
Who knows? Because
how y'all doing? We trying to figure out what God trying to teach us.
yeah.
These are the signs, like the infancy of synchronicity. So if you guys aren't caught into the content, get into the content. This is everything. This is a one-stop shop. Everybody out there playing. Well, they're not playing. They're just at their awakening at their level. But you understand when you've outgrown them, when you can start saying whatever's going to come out of their mouth. My tagline has changed so many times. My deem has changed so many times. My religion has changed so many times. My belief in God, everything has changed so many times. So when you're thank you for the follow. When you guys are finding leaders, guides, somebody got to lead us about this motherfucker. We done took ourselves as far as we can take ourselves with the knowledge that we contain ourselves. So we need somebody else to help lead the next leg of this journey. So now we go and look for teachers. And when we go find those teachers, yo, can you bring me some chapstick? You asking me, I asking you. Some of my chapstick, you are going in the wrong direction. I don't want nothing that comes out of your bedroom.
Right?
Ooh. Anyway, we take ourselves as far as we can take ourselves, and then we go and look for someone else to take us the rest of the way. And so I don't trust it. Don't do me. I don't trust it. I don't trust mine, so I sure as heck don't trust yours.
Yours has hair.
Oh my God, I don't know why you guys use mine. It's so disgusting, but every once in a while they stick their finger in my little Vaseline thing, and I'm just like,
You want to stick your finger in my mouth?
heck no, go get my chapstick out my purse. Or bring me my purse. I don't want you to go in my purse.
I thought I'd grown from that, Mom. Remember? You told me.
Have I let you go in my purse?
Yeah.
Okay, then go ahead and get my chapstick. I hope I see you later. Nice live. Thank you so much. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about your girl. Anyway, yeah, I forgot what I said. Oh, Snoopy, yeah. okay, one-stop shop. Yeah, if whoever you choose to lead you isn't evolving, their knowledge is attained from books. And that's okay, because when I first started, if I had a TikTok, the knowledge that I attained from books, I would probably be on a loop too. But the thing is, when you get that information from books, here's how you grow your knowledge. You get your information from books, right? But guess what? You get your information from books, right? You see how you continue to grow it? You don't stop at the knowledge you get from a book. You don't stop exploration based off of what you get from the book. You keep pushing that knowledge a bit further. Me and my daughter just realized that God has been showing us dogs, and God has been now showing us Snoopy. And so I don't know exactly why God is putting this in front of us, but God is putting this in front of us for a reason. And a part of it is to just go with the flow and figure it, wait till God reveals. But another part of it is like, God's been trying to give me this information, and God's getting more specific because I'm not getting it. Because understand when shut that door, please. Understand when God starts delivering messages, it's ambiguous. Like, you want your discernment and intuition to be so spot on that as soon as God drops a gem on you, you pick it up. You don't want your intuition to be where God has to literally say, I was saying. You don't want God to have to drill that far down to get your attention. I don't think. I want God to be able, as soon as God goes, I'm like, my marching orders, so that's my goal. All right, guys, I've enjoyed myself. You have a good night. And if you're interested in Primerica, hit my inbox. Let's build. Like, this is it, y'all.